Well, good morning, 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 my friends. What is up? It is your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. I want to welcome you into our morning inspiration, morning inspiration video for the day, y'all. It is Monday, Monday, Monday. Okay, it is Monday, y'all, and I call Mondays Mindset and Motivation Monday. So I will ask you. Well, at first, I will wish you a happy Mindset and Motivation Monday, but I will also ask you, what are you going to do to stay motivated today? What mindset are you going to cultivate? It's Monday. A lot of people have their views and everything about Mondays, but how are you going to stay motivated today? What mindset are you going to cultivate for this amazing brand new day? Okay. So, as it is Monday, y'all, it is what? It is weekly recap time. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a recap into what we had done last week inside of our community of practice. And by the way, join our community practice this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so this is kind of your weekly I'm fine. I can talk. I promise. Your weekly recap from last week. All right. So, y'all, and I say this probably in all of these weekly recaps that I do, but last week was a powerful one. I'm gonna get into this recap and y'all see how just powerful this was. Okay, so we started out the week with the weekly recap from the week before. Yeah, week before. But we also were kind of looking at mindset. As Mindset Motivation Mondays, we're looking at mindset, the differences between mindset, as well as finding ways to stay motivated on a daily basis. So we're really looking at kind of some mindset things like growth mindset, closed mindset, fixed, and all of that, and also motivation, ways for us to stay motivated as well. And kind of like how I was talking about last week, we kind of had decided to kind of bring back the affirmation cards that Angus had introduced inside of our community. So we got a lot of incredible I am affirmations from some amazing participants last week, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But another one of our participants had said that one of the things that they're doing is using what are called affirmation jars and everything. And honestly, I think that's such an incredibly powerful idea. Being able to do that, to be able to create affirmations and everything. And when you're not feeling too good or not feeling great in your wellness, being able to open that jar and grab an affirmation and read it and just feel it. I think that's something that's really, really powerful. So some of the amazing affirmations that we got from last week, again, these are from like all participants. Okay. So I am reaffirming. I am breathing, healing, and I exhale pain. I am noticing. I am healing. I am right where I need to be at this very moment. I am whole, and I love who I am right now. Whew. As you can tell, some incredibly powerful affirmations from last week. So it was an absolutely incredibly powerful week, also in the sense of with just these incredible I am affirmations. These affirmation cards and everything that Angus had introduced into this community were they've been amazing, and they've worked wonders, and they've just re-inspired a lot of I am affirmations. So being able to continue to use these and everything is just really, really powerful. So in addition to that, last week, we also talked about kind of the importance of safe spaces, being able to find safe spaces for ourselves, whether that's a place, whether that's a person, whether that's doing a certain thing and everything. And being able to feel safe inside of our wellness, and I know especially for me, is something that's really, really helpful and everything, wherever I am. And one of our participants had talked about the fact that they're looking at something called the Dharma talks and everything. I think, and I believe that's more connected to Buddhism, but it's interesting because inside of the Dharma talks, they have this concept of coming home through breathing and finding a true safe space, or finding a true home in any situation that we're in. So being able to kind of look inward and finding this literally wherever we are. If we're in a difficult situation, if we're, and literally wherever we are and everything. And this actually had inspired one of the things that again, Angus had really introduced into this group was the Tao Te Ching videos and everything, and looking at the lessons from the Tao Te Ching and everything. And the amazing thing is they're actually read by, I've talked about him in other videos, Jonathan Sagers. I call him Uncle Jonathan, interestingly enough, for short. And he's reading these amazing, lessons from the Tao Te Ching. So we introduced those back inside of the group last week, and boy, oh boy, did it just make a huge difference and everything, because the emotions and the thoughts and the thought process that these really did inspire for a lot of folks and a lot of individuals was really, really powerful. So along with kind of having these safe spaces and safe places and safe people and everything, with that comes the fact that we're able to express and feel our emotions in a safe way. And this is also something that's really, really powerful. We were also talking about this kind of feeling and expressing our emotions and kind of how important that is. But we're also talking about creative ways to express our emotions as well, whether that's by journaling, whether that's by doing video journals, whatever it is, through photography, through drawing, through music, whatever it is, and everything. And another of our participants had spoke about one of the things that they are working on is the fact that they're able to express their emotions to themselves, meaning that they understand how they're feeling and they can tell ourselves, oh, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. And he's able to kind of name the emotion and everything. But when it comes to telling other people or other folks around them, that one becomes a little bit harder. So I'll kind of introduce us into this concept of outward expression versus inward expression and everything. And I think that's also something that's really, really powerful. And along with that, we have this whole concept or idea of understanding and naming our emotions, which I think personally, and I think this is something that's really actually also helped me, it helps us to kind of like take the power away from a lot of our emotions, especially those distressful ones. So understanding and naming our emotions, and even if we're not able to actually name the emotion, we're able to figure out, okay, I'm feeling this in my chest, or I'm feeling this in my stomach, or my hands are clammy, or whatever it is. Finding ways to label, in a way, maybe not just by the name, but label it by, okay, this is how I'm feeling in any certain moment. This is, what's going on, all of that. So I think that's something, again, that's really, really important to, yes, take the power away from it, but I think also understand ourselves more and everything. And another thing we were really talking about last week is this whole concept of finding strength in those dark moments and being able to kind of understand and name our emotions, being in these safe spaces and everything. That's also something that's really, really powerful. And we had the return, and I say the return of an amazing participant who was with us for a while, and had stopped coming to the groups for a while because they were doing things for their own mental health. They were doing things for their own recovery and their own healing journey and everything. And when you talk about finding strength in dark moments, I mean, this was incredible. And one of the things that the participant had said during the group was this. They said, I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm facing my battles head on. And oof, I tell you, that was something that was really, really powerful. Being able to kind of face those demons and face a lot of those negative moments and face them head on, even in the midst of all the crap and all the things around us that, again, we may not have control over. So again, this was something that was really, really powerful. So, y'all, as you can tell, it was a fantastic and really, really powerful week. And I think one of the biggest takeaways for last week, for not just myself, but for a number of participants, was this amazing sense of self-awareness. And self-awareness is something that is really, really powerful. Being able to kind of have that awareness within ourselves being able to kind of know our emotions, know kind of what we're going through and all of that, and being able to just keep going and moving through it is something that's really, really powerful, y'all. So I really just had wanted to just highlight all of this for last week because it was really, really powerful. So that really about do it for your morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video, y'all. I will say, don't quit before that miracle happens, my babies. Find ways to keep moving forward because you are amazing. You are worth it. Let's join hands, do this together. Okay. I will also say, stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your amazing, huge, big dreams and goals, my friends. All right. Thank you so much for watching a morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video for the day. And I will see you. Happy Monday, you little cutie. How you doing? Awesome. All right. So I will see you in the morning inspiration video for tomorrow.